everything is working and you can see me and hear me okay. I'm just going to shut down a few tabs, make sure that that happens. So, how are you? How are you coping with the energy intensity? I feel like I ask this all the time, but you know, we signed up for this. We did sign up for it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be here on earth doing this right now. So, hopefully, you've been using your angel invocations and your affirmations and your energy tools to help yourself get through things. I know I certainly have. So I'm going to give you a reading for the week ahead. This is the week starting the 16th of November, all the way through until next Monday. So you'll see, if you're new here, you will see me here every Monday giving this reading around this time, depending on what other stuff I've got going on in that day. But I try to be as consistent as possible with you. So please drop me a comment, say hi, let me know how you're feeling. Let me know if you've got any questions. Now, this week is a really big week. I'm so excited about it and really been looking forward to this week because on Friday, Australia time, which is Thursday in other parts of the world, I am presenting the Archangel Raphael healing webinar. I've been so looking forward to this one. I really love working with Archangel Raphael, and whether it's in a healing session or doing some work on myself or in teaching about him, his energy is amazing and uplifting, and just calling on his presence can be incredibly healing for you. And it's not just about healing your body, although he is the supreme healer. He's the angel to call on if you need healing for your body, but he's also about healing you emotionally, if you're carrying a heavy emotional burden at the moment, mentally, if you've had trouble keeping your thoughts positive and aligned with what you want rather than thinking about all of the challenges that you've been through. And he's also really helpful for spiritual energetic healing. So if you feel like you've absorbed some heavy energy, or you've got a headache and you don't know what its source is and you suspect it might be from stress or from absorbing other people's pain or just being in an intense energy, then Archangel Raphael can help you pretty much instantly when you call on his presence to clear away any energy that is impacting on your overall well-being. So he's all about healing you, body, mind, and spirit, and also healing your life. You know, it's not just about your physical, because the angels understand that if you're in a toxic situation, a relationship, a job, a home, that is causing emotional and energetic negativity for you, that has an impact on your health and well-being. You know, I believe, I know that fear is the source of a lot of illness, a lot of problems, including disease and pain and all kinds of suffering. And so that is why Archangel Raphael, his name is Divine Healer. Raphael means Divine Healer or Healer of God. He helps you to heal any aspect of your life by going to the core of it, by removing, healing, clearing the core issue that is causing the pain, the suffering, the illness, the emotional heartache, whatever it is that is hurting you. So he can help you through anything. So please call on Archangel Raphael, no matter what you're going through, because there's a really beautiful energy that comes with that. And listen out for guidance, because sometimes his healing is instantaneous and miraculous, and other times he will bring you guidance that steers you in the direction of a practitioner, a healer, or a doctor, someone that will be able to help you, or healing information, or maybe it's just direct that maybe you've got to give up something that's causing problems for you. He will guide you every step of the way. So I'll be presenting a 90-minute online workshop on Friday morning this week on the 20th, all about Archangel Raphael. And as usual, I'll be guiding you through a really intensive, profound, deep guided healing meditation with him, where you will get to connect with his energy, align with his energy, and receive some energy healing from him in that process. If you've ever attended one of my webinars before, you will know that part is incredibly healing, and we do have miracles happen. We have people experience amazing things from those guided healings, which is partly why I present these webinars. But you're also going to learn how to work with Raphael, the signs of Raphael when he's around you. If you're a healer or you believe yourself to be a healer, how to invoke his help for yourself, but also to heal others. And if you're thinking about, or you already have a healing business, I'm going to teach you how Archangel Raphael can help you to manifest the clients and to get really good at healing, so that you attract you can help a lot of people and you can attract the clients that you need. So there's going to be a lot in that workshop. I really give a lot of value, and it's a low cost webinar. You can go to the link I'll put in this in the comments a little bit later, and take a look at it and see if it's for you. And if you can't attend live, there is a replay that comes out if you are signed up before it goes live. So you can join that if you want to, but I'm very excited about it. Now, I had a question today. Oh, I can see everyone's online. Hello. Hi, Shannon. Hey, Dylan. How lovely to see you. Hi, Dee. My lovely friend Dee. Hi, Lena and Rachel and Selena. You're welcome. Thank you, Selena. So I'm going to pull you 3 cards for the week ahead. Just what do the angels most want us to know? What are we working with at the moment? And what do they want us to know about the current energies in the world, and how to overcome any challenges, and how to attract whatever it is that you are wanting to bring into your life at this time. And Joanne is here and Robin is here. Hi. So let's ask the angels. Now, we always call on the angels and archangels to bring about the highest good and to bring a message that will be exactly what you need to hear right now, to lift your life, to take your life, to align you with your soul's purpose and path, and what the divine will is for you at the moment. I've got a little bit of a sniffle going on. Hang on. So how is everyone feeling with the energy at the moment? I just had the most amazing weekend. I'll share some more photos a bit later, where I went up to the Crystal Castle, which is an amazing place with loads of huge crystals, but also it's got some amazing energy in the land up there. And it's just a beautiful place to recharge and reconnect and clear energy. So I did that. Hi, Suze. Nice to see you here. I hope you've been getting all of the replays for the course. Anisara has been feeling it to be heavy. Yeah. Has anyone else been feeling the energy is heavy? It definitely has been. A few sleepless nights, a few headaches. Yeah, lots of people are talking about headaches. So, I mean, what a perfect time to call on the power of Archangel Raphael, the healing angel, the divine healer. You know, if you have a headache, I had a very stiff neck this morning, still a little bit there, but it's almost gone. But I worked with Raphael this morning. I could hardly move. And Raphael helped. I didn't do anything. I didn't take any tablets, but now I can, I can move it all again. I'm not all hunched up and weird like I was this morning. Hi, Colleen. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Hi. Yeah, Joanne says disturbed sleep, headaches, and sadness. And, that sadness that comes up, it could be yours, as in, we've been very shaken up. This is a time of awakening. That energy is coming to the surface to be released, to be healed. And it's helping us to come to conclusions about things, maybe to set aside some things that have been hurtful, or to cut cords so that you can finally be free of the past, or to just grieve. And we've been through so much individually and collectively that there is a lot of sadness and grief around. And I want you to know that you're supported, that the angelic realm, the angels, Archangel Michael and Raphael in particular, are really working closely. And the more you can tap into this angel energy, the more you're going to feel lighter. You'll feel the heaviness lifting, because that high vibrational energy of the angels is divine, unconditional love. It reminds you who you really are and why you're here. And also, that's what they want for you. They want to help carry your burdens. They want to relieve you of any heaviness. They want you to know that you're loved and protected and safe. and to bring you guidance so that you can create more happiness and peace for yourself individually. And then in return, that light that you put out there, and we all have a purpose, and part of that purpose is to be happy and peaceful so that we can have our light switched on, and then we get to share that light with the world in whatever way resonates for you. And then you get to uplift other people. Rather than being drained by it, you'll feel better by it, because you're holding that angel light in your energy. So Jane says, a dragonfly flew into my house and landed on my hand this morning. That's amazing. What a beautiful sign. Do you know what dragonfly means, Jane? Did you look it up as a spirit messenger? What a beautiful thing to happen. Colleen says it's tough in the US. Yeah, I definitely feel it, and I feel for you as well. And really, you're in some ways you're the center of the storm, if you like, because the changes that are going on over there and the shifts that that's bringing up a lot of fear for people, and it's also making a lot of realizations and making you realize that as en masse, and that can trigger people as well. But every little bit of healing that you put into yourself, and self-love, and connecting with the angels, and a little bit of hope that you can hold in your heart, that has an impact on the rest of the world. So just know that it's okay to love yourself and to dip out of all of the stuff that goes on in the world, and to put that energy into yourself, because then that shift that you makes a difference for others. You become a leader, you become a role model without even trying. So Laurie says, hi Laurie. Marcel is moving to Mullumbimby in a couple of weeks. Wow, it's a beautiful place. And Bridget is here. Okay, and Robin. Okay, let me pull the cards for everyone, and then I can get to all of the questions. Thank you all for being here. Hi Robin. So we're asking what we need to know for the week ahead. And I just mentioned earlier that I've got the webinar this week with Archangel Raphael. Okay, so we'll pull another card in a second. Actually, we'll do it now. All right, so the first card we have is the King of Gabriel. Hopefully you can see that, and the light isn't too much on it. I'm sort of out of focus a bit. Am I a bit blurry? This is talking about just being in a sense of peace and calm. And do you remember a couple of weeks ago we spoke about finding a space, whether that's a physical space or just it could be inside your house, it could be next to a river, a creek, in your garden, where you can just make it your peaceful space. And when you're in that space, you can create a bubble around yourself that says, no matter what's going on out there, I am at peace when I'm here. And you can invoke your angels, light a candle, incense, say your prayers, meditate, play with your angel cards, but create a space that's just for you. Now, this is acknowledging that, but it's also saying there's only so much that you as an individual can do, right? You have great power within you. This is not minimizing that power, but sometimes you have to withdraw from the big picture stuff. You do your part, but you have to withdraw because it gets overwhelming and it gets counterproductive. It impacts on you too much. So here, this card is all about sitting back, staying in your power, staying grounded, finding that space, peaceful space, at least for 5 minutes every day, and recognizing, okay, I may not see it right now, but there is a bigger picture to this. There is, trusting that God is in charge, the divine is in charge, and that everything is working out for the highest good. And when we affirm that, we create that energy. So it's not like we're saying, okay, that horrible thing that I'm seeing happening over in the world is for the highest good, but we're trusting that it will work out for the highest good, that there is a blessing locked in there, whether it's a personal challenge or a big challenge out in the world, there's a blessing locked in there. And when we affirm that, when we pray on that, when we hold space for that, that is we're manifesting, we are creating a positive outcome. But when we get caught up in the drama and we get caught up in, isn't it awful? Oh my God, this is terrible. Look at those people over there. Look at what they're doing. I feel like my life is falling apart. I'm a mess. When we're in that, we're just being sucked into this kind of spiral. And that spiral is where we don't feel like we have our power. We're manifesting what we don't want instead of what we do want. Excuse me. So, this is an invitation for you to recognize and trust in the divine power, trust in the angels, create space for yourself and say, okay, these things might appear to be a nightmare, but I am going to hold space that this is going to create something, a blessing for me. So in a simplistic way, we could say, okay, this relationship feels like it's breaking down. I'm going to trust that there is a treasure, there is a blessing, there is a healing coming. And I can't see what that is yet. And it might be that the angels are saying, look, this isn't the right relationship for you right now. It has served its purpose, or you are healing and there's something better waiting for you. But you have to go through this and heal from it, and then all will be well. And your life will be even more amazing than it has been so far. Or on the other hand, it could be, we have to see the dark side of things. They have to come to the surface so that we can all talk about them, bring them out into the open, and then create a solution. So sometimes, always, there is a blessing in the challenge, and that's not to minimize it. Doesn't mean that you're not going to have to do some healing and work through your feelings, but it's to recognize that. And this is what this card is about right now. It's saying, don't worry, there is a bigger picture, and please don't go into that deep, dark fear, because not only do you delay your own kind of healing when you're down in there, but your angels don't want you to lose contact with the angels. They don't want you to lose contact with that light that gives you hope and keeps you going. Okay, so love always wins, Colleen says. Yeah, now I look really blurry on my screen. I hope I'm not blurry for you guys. I don't understand why I'm blurry, but anyway, we will work it out. All right, so the second card is the Leap of Faith card. And this is your guidance. So it's saying, believe in yourself. Now, what the angels are saying to me here is it's about believe in yourself. Have trust that you have what it takes to overcome any challenge, to manifest what you want, that you can do it, that you are not going to end up in a heap. It's going to be okay. So take that on. This is your guidance. Believe in yourself. Listen to your heart and do what gives you joy. Sometimes when things get heavy, we can get all kind of serious and kind of too focused on the problem and not focusing on the solution. This is a card about new beginnings. It's about a leap of faith. It's about sometimes the universe will move you in order to get you moving on your soul path. So sometimes you might lose a job and you think, oh my God, that's the worst thing that could have happened to me. But then give it a couple of weeks and you find this amazing job, or you're guided to start your own business. Something happens that would never have happened if you just stayed where you are. So this is about taking leaps of faith, believing in yourself, keeping your thoughts positive, and knowing that if you move towards what gives you joy and keep away from the fear-based, the fear-based stuff that makes it sound like there's a horror movie happening out there. Don't buy into that. That is not divine truth. That is not divine truth. No, the lens isn't dirty. This is a brand new camera. We'll try it. We'll try it again later. So that's the second card. And then the third card, I'm going to bring these two out together. The third card is the Two of Michael. So this is saying there is, you've got to stop blocking yourself. You've got to stop getting in your own way and create space. So remember what they said at the beginning, that you've got to create a space. You've got to find a space that feels peaceful. Sit back, get into your power, get into your center, put your tree roots into the earth, start to feel your power returning. All is well. I'm safe. It's going to be okay. That's your power, because your thoughts create your experience. You've got to get out of your own way as well, because sometimes when we overanalyze, we overthink, we second guess everything. We overthink things to the point where that inspired idea just becomes all tangled up with all of the other stuff, and we can't figure out what it is to do. So it looks like there's decisions to be made, but this is about surrendering, giving it over to the angels, getting out of your own way, or just making a decision that will shift you forward, that will move you forward. And this one, the Three of Gabrielle, is really perfect for the outcome. And this is, it's like your ship coming in. There is, you know, she's off on a journey. She's ready for the next step. This is about prosperity manifesting, travel starting up again, being optimistic and being able to visualize the next step, and then the next step will appear. So this reading this week is really giving you insight into your own power. It's saying, you know, rather than become a victim of circumstances, remember the power of your mind and the power of energy, and recognize that you influence your own life by what you choose, what you think, what you tune into, who you let into your life, whose opinions you are ingesting. And then things work out better when you start to speak out what it is that you really want. I think it's internet related, Robin, the thing. So Bridget says, I did lose the man I love. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry for your loss. Yeah. So you know what happens is that when we lose someone and we have that, you know, I've had that too, where you just like, I just want to hear from them. I just want to know, like, you just feel like the only thing that's going to make you feel better is having a clear sign or a dream visit or a psychic tell you a message. I don't do personal readings in public like this, Bridget, but what I will is give you some advice, is that when you're in that desperate feeling of I really, really need it, and I understand that, I really do, it's like there is a black cloud around you, and that cloud makes it harder for spirit and your angels to get through, so that your love is there for you, with you, but can't, it's not that he's not there, it's that you can't feel because you're not receiving, because you're in the state of heavy grief, which is usually very often don't hear from our loved ones who crossed over for a couple of months, because one, they're settling into their spirit body, two, you are grieving, and the curtain of grief that comes around us is a little bit like a block. So what you can do is pray to your angels and ask that they create a bridge between you and your love. Oh, a comment has gone. So that's my suggestion to anyone who's grieving. Ask the angels to create a link between you. Then do a little bit of guided meditations. Listen to a recording, one on YouTube. You can download some of mine and clear the energy, so that then, instead of feeling that kind of I've got to, is that you're more like a receptive satellite dish and you're receiving the message. It will drop in when you don't expect it, and that's the irony of it, rather than it coming, you know, coming from that place of like, I've got to have it now. And it will be when you don't expect it. You'll be watching television, or you'll be asleep, or you'll just be hanging the washing on the line, and you will get the sign, or you'll feel them around you. So please hold out for that, because it will happen. And what you're going through is perfectly normal. You know, me as a psychic, I do readings for other people, but when I lost my dog a couple of years ago, I was like, I need a sign, because I was under the cloud of grief, and it's really, really hard to be there. But reach out, get support. I'm glad you asked that. So hopefully that has been helpful. Thank you, Bridget. I couldn't see your comment anymore. So, and if you want a personal reading, I don't know how long ago it happened, but usually I say leave it a month and after someone's passed, and then you can book a reading with me, and I will give you a personal reading about you and your love, and to give you some affirmation. But I think you're going to get a sign, and I feel like it'll be a dream visit, and you'll wake up just knowing that it wasn't only a dream. So Ida says good cards. I'm really sorry that it's so foggy, um, but it can't be helped. So maybe I'll come back on a little bit later. Graham says, I feel like I'm losing everything. I'm sorry to hear that, Graham. So sometimes when we feel that way, it can be our fear. So you've got to be like, am I losing everything, or am I fearing losing everything? Because fear, we have the power in our minds to create what we think about, you know. So sometimes, especially fear, because our bodies react so much to fear, that it can feel so real. You know, you can have something, a thought, and it can just feel completely real inside you, especially if you're empathic and sensitive. So it's good to check in, like ground yourself, and get as peaceful as you can, and go, is this the truth, or is it a fear? Because then you'll feel better. Then, if you feel like some of it is the truth, like, okay, there are things that are falling away out of my life, which so many of us have gone through this year, me included. No one is immune from this awakening that we're in. It is incredible that that which has to go to be replaced by something else. And that something else, it may not be something, I don't want to judge it and say better, but it is better for you in this moment. You know, everything has a reason, a season, or a lifetime, right? It serves a purpose. So relationships included, and none of us live forever, right? So even though it's really hard to let things and people go, part of the journey is being having non-attachment. So if you can sort of say to your angels, please help me to clear the fear as I go through this change, and trust that what is lost will be replaced by what is truly aligned with me and for my highest good and highest purpose. And please show me the signs and give me meaning, give me the meaning to what it is that I'm going through, so that I can stay peaceful and centered during this huge change. And that will bring much more light, and that fear that comes up will dissipate for you. Grounding is important. Lynn says, I feel like I'll be asked to move out of my rental in Burleigh Heads. Right, the North Coast is really up, isn't it? I need a sign of where to go. I'm old. Cancel that. You are older. And pay rent privately. So what I would say as well, for everyone who's feeling this ending, that you know you're done here and there's something new coming, is first up, trust that the angels will always guide you to what is next, so that you won't be left kind of in limbo, right? And then remember that our fear self, our ego self, wants to know everything, all the details from A to Z, specifically between now and 2036. Thank you very much. I would like to know exactly what's going to happen. And that isn't how divine order works. That's not how life works. So the angels always bring us guidance one step at a time. So if you feel like that's guidance, you feel like you're going to be moving soon, maybe you can start to get rid of a few things that you won't be taking with you when you do move. Then start to make a list of the kind of things that you want in the place that you live, whether it be New Zealand or Noosa or somewhere else. Just don't focus on the where, focus on the what. What are the things that you would like and need and are non-negotiables, as well as things that you just kind of love in the next place that you live in? And put that out there, put it as a vision board, put it as a list to the divine, and say, I trust that the next steps will be shown to me. There are clues and signs everywhere. Because if you come at anything from fear, we block. It's just, that's what it is. So if we say, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, I've got to know, I've got to know, I've got to know, we tend to be in fear, and then we miss the signs, we overlook them, we second guess them, we go, nah, that's not good enough, I need another sign. But I feel, Lynn, that you need to be a bit more specific about what you want, and that will help you to make the change, and even maybe do some research into those two places about what, you know, and start to visualize what it would be like. And that will give you more information, because remember, we co-create with our angels. Thanks, Dee. Thank you, Lynn. So, and good luck with your move. And look, at the same time, there's a lot of uncertainty energy around. So the energy at the moment is unsettled. And with that unsettled energy means that one day everything feels like, yep, I'm going to do this. And the next day you think, actually, I don't think I am. Or this, you know, so the picking up, the sensing that this could change soon could be absolutely clear guidance, or it could be that you're picking up on the unsettled nature, and your landlord might be thinking, I might get my rental back and go and live there, or maybe I'll move to Scotland. Do you know what I mean? And so as psychic sensitive people, we pick up on those things and we're like, oh God, do I have to go? So yeah, have a think. You've started boxing. There you go. So this is partly your own truth too. You want to move forward. Thanks, Graham. Dipti says, hi Rachel, how to come out of being lost, confused when things have happened unexpectedly. So it is hard, but both of those things, like I'm lost and I'm confused, are kind of affirmations, aren't they? So it's normal to feel lost and confused when you think, I'm going to go this way, and then all of a sudden something happens and you're not anymore, and you've got to find a new path. So start to make a different affirmation, like, I know where I'm going, I'm always divinely guided, I'm safe. And that will help your consciousness to settle down, and also your nervous system and your body and your energy will settle as well. And you'll feel better and you'll feel more centered. Make sure you do some grounding. I've got a really nice grounding meditation on my website free page that you can listen to, Dipti. Just go over to rachelskoltop.com. On the store menu tab, let it drop down and you'll see free stuff, and you can go in there and there's several meditations to choose from. The next thing to do as well is to recognize that the universe has a plan, even if you don't know it. So remember this card from the reading, the King of Gabrielle. I'll put these up on stories later. The universe has a plan that you don't know yet. So if something has happened unexpectedly, this is part of your soul plan, not your what you thought plan. So when we know that, that makes us feel a bit better, because we know, okay, this has happened for a reason. There's a blessing locked into this change, even if it's a really hard change. Let yourself feel the feelings and release them and process. But at the same time, start asking the angels to give you some guidance, but also to give you healing and to help you feel peace around this unexpected change. There's lots that you can do, you know, your thoughts, lots of meditation, but maybe guided ones to clear your energy. And start making lists about, like, what do I want in my life? What do I want to create? So there's always a kind of a narrow kind of line between where we're like, we've got to do the grieving of what is gone, and then we've got to make sure that we're not going into a spiral of self-pity, because that will block what is next. I always say, like, the tide comes in and it goes out, but there's always this kind of pause before it comes back in again, right? And so sometimes when we're in the pause, our ego is always like, I want to know what's going on. I want to know, like, what's happening. Oh my God, it's all going to fall apart. And that's when we scare ourselves and we lower our vibration and we can't hear our guidance because we've gone into fear. So Laurie, if you've got a question, you can ask a question, like, so it's much easier when you ask the angels about something. So if ever I do a reading for someone, I always ask for a question, because that means that the cards that come out and the angel messages are related to something. Like, what do I need to know about this, a move, or a change that's happened, or healing my health? You know, when you pick a question, that gives your reading and your angels direction, because there's so much in your aura and your energy field that, you know, when we ask vague questions, we get vague or confused answers. Sounds like a jet is going over. Wow. So I'm just going back over all of the comments. So yeah, that's how I like to work. So Selena says, my dog injured her leg. She's having surgery on her knee and ligament. Is there a meaning to this injury? Sometimes when animals hurt themselves or are sick, they've sometimes taken on stuff for us. We shouldn't feel guilty, but that can be. So you could look up in the Louise Hay book, You Can Heal Your Body, and look up, if it's her left leg or right leg or knee, and have a look at that. But I wouldn't, I honestly would more look at it from the perspective of energetically, what does your dog need? And then call on Archangel Raphael, because Raphael is great for healing animals as well. He's not just for humans. And ask if there is something that your dog is trying to tell you through this injury, that that please let it be known, and it will come to you. It will come to you in certain ways. I think it's from Raphael's perspective, it just feels like your dog needs a bit of support. And even while I'm talking to you, I feel like a really exhausted feeling. So whether that is you, so sometimes when we get injuries like that, it's a sign that we've got to stop, slow down. Knees are to do with confidence. So it might be that for you, you need to slow down, or you both need to slow down, you and your dog. And sometimes it's about bringing up compassion. It gives you a chance to do your healing on your animal and to connect more closely to them. So Laurie says, I sit in a trance group. How can I help our sitter? So does your sitter want help? Is my first question. Have they asked for your help? One nice thing that you could do is to pray for love and light and the highest good, and for the energy of the group to be of a high vibration and protected. You could just hold on. No. Okay, so if your sitter doesn't want your help, don't give it. There's a thing, right, that like we don't, sometimes when we try to offer advice and help, it's not wanted, it can be a burden, and even with the highest of intentions. So you probably, if you're sitting in the trance group, think about what is your intention, what do you want to get out of it, what is it that you need, and then ask your angels to help you with that intention and with grounding and keeping your energy protected. And you then you're there for you, right? You're going to be there for you. You will get most out of it. It's very normal, Laurie, in spiritual circles, and I always say this in my programs and classes, where spiritual people tend to think they're the only one in the room that's not getting it. I'm not as psychic as everyone else. I'm not as sensitive as everyone else. And then, you've often got people at these groups who are like, oh my God, I saw a purple castle and a giant angel and a dragon and and you're thinking, oh, I only saw a little blue light, or I didn't see anything. Like, don't compare yourself to others. It's the worst thing you can do. It's just a sign that your ego is having a little play. The best thing you can do is breathe through any feelings that you have of, I feel like I'm not getting it, I'm not doing it right, and recognize that's my ego. It's just my ego, and everyone has an ego. It's easy for it to pop up, especially in a situation where you're learning something new. So it's good, because you go, I know what my ego does. So then you will be more receptive to what you're being taught and open. If your ego shuts up, then if you're sitting there thinking, oh my God, I'm not doing it right, I don't know how come I'm the only one who's not getting it, just allow yourself to be at peace, ground yourself, and be completely open, like a little sunflower receiving the sunshine, and it will be fine. Nobody knows what to do. Nobody goes to those groups that are already professionals, and if they do, why, you know. So just let yourself enjoy it, Laurie. I think it's amazing. I think it would be amazing for you. And just ask your angels to help you. But self-comparison is the thief of joy, isn't it? All right, my lovelies. I'll leave it there from this foggy, foggy readings today. I hope you've enjoyed the reading. I will pop these cards up on stories later, and you'll also see a shorter version of this reading on Instagram, IGTV, which I do after I've recorded this one. So sending you loads of love. Please come along to the Archangel Raphael workshop. It's online via Zoom on Friday morning Australia time, 10 a.m. New South Wales time. If you're in other countries, it will America and Canada, it will be Thursday evening or afternoon for you. And UK, I think it's kind of around midnight for you. But you can get the replay if the timing is wrong, or you can't make it live if you're at work or something. And it's 90 minutes, all about Archangel Raphael, how to work with him, how to invoke his presence, guided healing meditation, how you can get his help in all areas of your life. And it's I promise the camera won't be foggy for that. So it's going to be a really powerful session. So I'd love to see you there. And angel blessings. Have a beautiful week, and please look after yourself and your energy.